What's up, guys, and welcome to this new PFCFL draft recap. So today we're with another new player. He's the head coach of the Johnson City Jigglypuffs. His name is Corey France. Corey?
Oh, what's up, man?
Right. Corey is a new player in the league. So he doesn't have any stats for season one, but in this season he's gonna play in the Hoenn East division. First of all, I'll ask Corey, what's your background in Pokemon gaming, and why did you decide to join this league?
Well, I've been playing Pokemon since I was a child, so I started with Red and Blue, but I didn't get into the competitive scene until Gen 6 actually. Like, right when it came out is when I started looking on YouTube, and I found people like Shofu and like Shady Penguin.
Yep.
And so once I watched them battle, I thought that was awesome. So I thought I would get into it. And then once I started watching the UCL and the GBA and things like that, these leagues have been amazing. Like, I've entered them, and I love the extra strategy of knowing what your opponent could bring and playing against that.
Okay. All right. You have a very good team, but I'll let you present each Pokemon that that you drafted. So first of all, you decided to go with a Pokemon that is very known for his physical defense. So it's Gliscor.
Right. Well, Gliscor is one of my favorites I've ever used. Like, when I play, I usually don't play in the OU tier solely. I'll play OU mixed, and he's really good against anything that's not, a special attacker or an ice or a water type. So when I started using him in leagues, I started realizing, he's got like base 100 or 95 attack and base 95 speed. So he actually has some really decent sweeping potential because he gets access to Swords Dance, he gets acrobatics, Sky Uppercut, Poison Jab, the elemental fangs and everything. So he's a lot more versatile than people assume. Everybody thinks he's just going to be the typical Toxic Orb, protect, substitute, that really annoying thing, but it really catches people off guard when he's not.
Okay. Alright, so second Pokemon was Arcanine, which is a Pokemon that many people wanted.
I was really happy to pick up Arcanine, actually. I think he's also really versatile. Like, most of the time, he's either the physically defensive or the physically offensive. But there's more. Like, he gets a lot of moves that people don't think about. Like, most people think Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp, and that's all there is to it. But what my whole aim for was most of the ones I picked was just versatility. That can be different things for different battles.
Yeah, it can be a Fire Move Sponge and an Intimidator, stuff
exactly.
Like that.
And he has access to priority and extreme speed, and that's very important as well.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, third Pokemon, a very annoying wall in Cofagrigus.
Right. I love Cofagrigus. I found that everybody underestimates the power of a nasty block Cofagrigus. I started using him in just regular Wi-Fi battles, and there's only, two types that resist Ghost, and that's Dark, and then Normal's immune to it. So if you set up a Nasty Plot and throw up a Trick Room, which you don't have to, but it's possible, then you pretty much two-hit KO anything that's not like a Blissey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But he can also be super defensive, so I mean, that's always fun too.
Yeah. I've swept with Cofagrigus once or twice with the Nasty Blood, Shadow Ball, and Power Fighting, and another move I don't remember, so I know what it can do. And
right.
You don't want to hit this with a contact move because it's gonna pretty much ruin your ability. So.
Yeah, Mega Metagross hates Cofagrigus. I used him in just a few days ago against the Mega Metagross, and it lost his Tough Claws, and it was just useless.
Yeah. Okay. First and new Pokemon, Malamar. So, want to explain this? It's a very predictable Pokemon, but if used properly, it can do a lot of damage.
Exactly. If teams don't prepare for it properly, and bring things like Bug and Fairy, then it really does a lot, because even though its move pool is kind of shallow, most people run Superpower, Knockoff, Psycho Cut, and then whatever, fourth move filler. But it really does have its niche. It's a really good late game sweeper. If you can knock out most of the opponent's physically defensive walls, then Choice Scarf superpower to clean up a team.
Yeah. Okay, so after Malamar, we went back to the OU. You decided to pick your Mega Slowbro.
Right. I actually don't have a whole lot of experience using Mega Slowbro. I haven't used it in the past really ever, but when I looked at the teams, I thought that I would need a Mega of some kind, and I looked at what was left. I was really surprised that Mega Slowbro was actually one of the remaining choices, so I had to grab it up before it was gone.
Yeah. All right. So after a pretty bulky first few Pokemon, you decided to go for a faster but a solid Pokemon all around, Crobat.
Right. I noticed that my team hadn't had a Defogger or Rapid Spinner yet, and so I thought Crobat would be important to help, keep away hazards.
Yeah.
And also, I needed speed. If you look at my team, Arcanine and Glasgow are the only things that have over like base
75.
60, yeah, 70. Okay, I didn't know Malamar was that fast, but my team doesn't have a whole lot of speed to it, so I thought picking one of the fastest in the game would be very handy.
Yeah. Okay. And then after a very fast Pokemon, you went back to another slow one in Electros.
Right. I mean, when you're in a league where people prepare and look into how many weaknesses you have, bringing a Pokemon with no weaknesses, technically, unless you count Mold Breaker, is really handy. So having an Electros, they're very versatile. They learn virtually a move of every type. So it's very good for leagues like this.
All right. Meowstic. I think we all know what the gender of Meowstic you're gonna use.
Probably mainly male, because I like the prankster ability.
Yeah.
I like to stop potential. See, what I'm afraid of with a lot of teams is potential setup and sweeping.
Yeah.
And so I like to have at least one prankster mine. I actually wanted Liepard, but
I took
wasn't
it.
around for a big part of the draft because I was at work during that weekend. So most of the time my picks were done for me. So I had Meowstic as a backup, but it's pretty much the same job, just prankster and stop things from sweeping, set up screens potentially.
Yeah. Okay. Another Psychic type in Alakazam for your third OU pick.
Right, I actually didn't pick any of my round 3 picks. That was, like I said, I wasn't around for most of the draft, so all 4 of them ended up being randomized. But I'm actually very happy with what I got. I haven't really had a lot of use, I haven't used Alakazam a lot in the past before either, but I know that his main thing is Magic Guard, Focus Sash, game cleanup. But I know that he can be used for other things, so I'm going to practice with him before the league begins, or, as it begins here in the next few days. And we'll see how it goes.
All right. Another flying type that can use the fog, and a Pokemon that many people don't like to face in Mandibuzz.
Right. I looked back at my team after all the picks had been done, and I noticed that I had an Alakazam, I had a Meowstic, a Mega Slowbro, and a Cofagrigus, which are all weak to Ghost. And then I had no normal types and no resistances. All my dark types were also weak to Malamar. So I really did need something to resist the potential Ghost. So I thought Mandibuzz, being one of the best defensive dark types, would be the best option.
All right. Another dark type after that in Spiritomb. So another Pokemon that only has one weakness.
Right, that was a big goal. That's the reason I'm happy with it, is because it's not weak to a lot, so it's something that if someone's going to prep against, if they're going to bring 2 or 3 fairy moves on their team and then I end up not bringing Spiritomb, then that's slots that could have been used for something else. But other than that, I really haven't used it much either, so it would be something I'd have to practice with before I'd really know what to do with it.
Okay. Last Pokemon, Glaceon. Ice types aren't very good defensively, but Glaceon has very decent bulk, and Ice types are good for offensive coverage.
Right. I'm actually happy I swept up Glaceon because there's a lot of Mons, especially in OU or UU, that are weak to ice, sometimes double Pokemon like Garchomp and Dragonite. So
Yeah.
having a Glaceon on the team with that stab ice beam or even Blizzard where it's needed would be really handy, and it can be bulky when it needs to be. I believe it can get Wish. And
Yeah,
so,
every
yeah.
every evolution can, because
Alright,
it's a EV move.
it's an egg move. Okay.
No, it's EV that gets it. So
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, so yeah, that Glaceon can be versatile as well as.
all right. So we're done with your team. But now, when you look at the draft in general, you must have some surprises and deceptions. So what would they be?
I was really surprised that I got Electros as one of the things that I got, because usually in other leagues that I've attempted before, he's been the first one gone in RU, like first or second pick
Yeah.
every time pretty much. But when I do get it, it's just, like I said, its versatility can't be beat in this kind of league, so it's very important to the format.
Okay. Deceptions?
I really wish I would have gotten a Moongus, but I said to myself I needed Cofagrigus first in RU. That was absolutely no other picks, had to have it. So when a Moongus was also taken in round 1, I was really sad about that, because I just love the bulk of it, and I've run choice specs of Moongus before, and it really
Ouch.
catches people off guard.
Ouch. Trick Rooms, Choice Specs, Amoonguss with like Sludge Bomb and Gigan Rain and stuff. Oh, wow, it's
Yeah. I've run choice specs Spore before, just so switch it in turn 1, Spore something, switch it out, and people assume it's
Yeah.
Black Sludge or something, and then switch it back in later, not something out with a surprise like Energy Ball or Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Choice Scarf, Landorus with Stealth Rocks, same for Garchomp and stuff like that. So you just set up the rocks and switch out, and people don't expect that.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's it with your surprises and deceptions. So, I guess you had the time to take a look at pretty much every other player's team. So, when you look at the others and you look at your team, and especially your division rivals, where do you think you can position yourself?
I hope I can do really good this round. I actually haven't had a chance to look at who my division rivals were yet. I've not seen that, so.
I'll tell you. It's
okay.
Detroit and Chris Dubé. No, sorry, it's Andy and the South City Genesects. Jeff and the Hazelton Hoopas. So he's the season 1 defending champion. So
Oh boy.
yeah, he's very good. And Ray Shield and the Seattle Skarmories. So
All right. Well, I see that I'm against the person who has the Amoonguss that I was talking about earlier, so that's going to be a problem. I'm definitely packing on a flying type move on something for them. Maybe
yeah,
Raybird on Crobat.
Bravebird, Crobat, or Air Slash on Mandibuzz, and hope for flinches. Yeah, you gotta. But where do you think you can position yourself?
Well, I hope I can beat everybody. I mean, that's just, I have high expectations. You know, if you go into something hoping you can win, you know, you're already a step above. So.
Okay. And what are your personal objectives? Is it like to play for 500 so an even record, make the playoffs, win your division, anything?
Well, since the champion of the last round is in my division, I know that's going to be a very difficult feat, but my goal is just to do the best I can and learn from this league, because this league will be the first full one I've done, because all other ones I've done have stopped mid-league because of people quitting, problems. It's just the other groups I've been in haven't been able to keep it together, but my goal is just, to do the best I can and learn from it.
All right, so that's it for this draft recap. So thank you very much, Corey, and I wish you the best of luck in this season 2 of the PFCFL.
All right, thank you very much.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. I live stream pretty much every single weekday, so hit me up on Twitch. It's at Fwetsky. You have all the links in the description. Also, please visit our friends at Poketown. So that's facebook.com/group/Poketown. It's a great group for everything related to Pokemon, pretty much. So, yep, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace!